Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. This is take two. As the first take, I got through the entire video and forgot that my mic was muted. These things happen. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope you've had a triumphant one. Today, we're going to be diving into Cardano, and we're going to be covering a number of things in this video. We're going to be talking about the price and how the price has some people worried given the past couple of times that we've seen an impulse and it's been depleted to the other side and kind of overwhelmed with sell pressure. I think this is largely different, and ultimately I'm more than happy to invest in Cardano on these pullbacks, and I think there's a lot of people out there that are also in the same boat, given what we are on the cusp of. There's something magnificent taking place, and that is the turning on of all these dApps on the Cardano ecosystem, which really drives the underlying value of ADA as it becomes more in demand. We will show you a number of, or certainly one way in regards to Sunday Swap, how it drives the demand for Cardano in terms of DeFi, in terms of yield farming, and not only that, just swapping. You're typically going to need ADA to swap in and out of tokens. We're also going to talk and take a look at Google Trends, because this is pretty low, guys. So we've not seen any kind of FOMO that we've previously seen. These kind of points of FOMO are typically correlated with the tops. We know that retail FOMO, when it gets to an all-time high, that's usually a good sell signal. So we'll talk about that as well. We've got some interesting things to go over in this one. This is from Think Grow Crypto. She is a Cardano influencer on Twitter, I believe. And she essentially put this tweet up. 134,000 new Cardano ADA wallets in the past 13 months. This is really just showing you that we keep growing as a network. And this is really going to get exponential when we have all these dApps online, because people are going to come over to our space. We know that we're building EVM compatibility machines, essentially. And this is all going to see adoption for the Cardano blockchain. That's huge. The EVM machines are huge simply because it means that people that are accustomed to writing code in Solidity, the network that Ethereum essentially is built on, won't have to learn Haskell. They'll be able to sort of port over. So that was an important thing to show you. We were trending yesterday. This is from Ardana, which of course is a DeFi project that I'm a huge fan of that's yet to launch. Let's dive into the price. Let's really start with the price. Now, I'm happy to accumulate at these ranges. I don't think this is anything to worry about. And you guys know that we did say, and it's very typical when you sort of marginally take a high, that you set up a sort of cup and handle structure. I'm more than happy to accumulate. Yesterday, we said that it is quite likely, as you were overextended, certainly on the 4-hourly time frame from your EMA, that coming back, sort of getting a test, finding its support before continuation was quite likely. Inevitably, what's happening with Bitcoin right now is affecting the rest of the market. It is still that tide that rises and sinks all ships. Yes, Cardano is a pariah, certainly over the past 7 days. As you can see, it is really leading the market and is that shining light within the market that we all knew it was going to be at some point. But ultimately, Bitcoin still has an effect on the price. It has an effect on the overall market, of course. But these, for me, you guys know that I actually switched out of half of my Ethereum and Bitcoin holdings into Cardano, round about here. Just simply because I can see them actually outperforming both. I can see Cardano outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I'm still happy to convert my fiat into Cardano at these levels because there is a huge awakening around the corner. And this Sunday Swap, or this CoinDesk article covered Sunday Swap. It's nice that we get a mention nowadays in some of these mainstream media outlets. Cardano price surges on Sunday Swap DEX catalyst, and it is a catalyst indeed. This has set something fantastic in motion that is really going to see ADA's demand get heightened. It's going to increase the demand for ADA. That increases buy pressure. Buy pressure overwhelms sell pressure. The price goes up, and so on and so forth. I think we're in for an epic 3 months, providing the market plays ball. And you guys know that we are in some headwind from the Federal Reserve and them talking about upping interest rates. We see markets as a whole potentially endure negative repercussions, and crypto isn't exempt from that, and in fact it probably gets hit harder due to the fact that it is a riskier asset and it's risk off in periods of uncertainty. But there's still yet a lot to play out with. You guys know I'm nothing but bullish on crypto and ultimately think the entire market's going to see continuation. And at $2 trillion, we're still a very small market with a lot of room to grow. So these are just a couple of interesting factors. I'm not worried about Cardano in the slightest. Certainly this price action, I think these dips are going to get bought up, and we're going to see that continuation. Sunday Swap go live, of course, on Thursday, which is the 20th. Now, why? And I'm going to give you one example, and this is one DEX out of 16. So there's going to be an echoing effect across these. Why is it that Sunday swap will increase the demand for ADA? Well, one reason is because how you'll essentially be able to swap is by taking the underlying token ADA. If you look at these pairs, for example, if we go down here, you swap your ADA into tokens. Some of these tokens you can't get on exchanges, which is why people may use a DEX. Certainly that's true for Uniswap and PancakeSwap. PancakeSwap more so at the moment. But you need to buy ADA, which is the buy pressure. Same with NFTs. People actually largely overlook NFTs and the buy pressure that they have. Certainly in a space that receives a lot of kind of FOMO, a lot of hype around it. And we'll talk about hype in just a second once I've explained this. So basically you'll need ADA to swap into tokens. Also, if you want to farm liquidity, you'll need to lock Cardano up against whatever token it is that you're pairing it with into the protocol. Now, why would you do this? Well, you get rewards for it. Not only do you get a fee of the pool, every time you use a DEX, you have to pay a fee to the liquidity providers, but also SundaySwap are giving 500,000 Sunday away within the first 6 months to people who decide to provide liquidity. So you're going to see a lot of ADA get bought and locked up in these. We're already seeing things like LQ do very well. Cards has done well. World Mobile has done well. All off the back end of this. So there's a real build up, a snowball, if you will, that's starting to form. And remember, this is just one way of many. Let's take a look at the DeFi Llama index for DeFi and total value locked within the Cardano ecosystem. Currently, it still only has MuesliSwap. It doesn't even have VY Finance, which has a higher total value lock than MuesliSwap, and that is at $3.3 million. A long way to grow. This was from Cardano Whale, who showed it at 17 million. Now, I have previously said that I absolutely believe when SundaySwap launches, we're going to get to over 100 million total value locked in US dollars within the protocol. I think this is going to easily be achieved, and we're already seeing this. This is with, two dApps at the moment, not even SundaySwap. And remember, there are a plethora to come out, and it all drives the value for ADA. Wait until some of these borrowing and lending protocols, AADA Finance, Meld, Paribus, Liquid, wait until these offer you the opportunity to leave your Cardano in a protocol and earn rewards on it. Liquid, for example, 4x yield strategy. This is all coming, and it's really going to drive adoption for ADA, not just in the Western world, but across the board. We know that Cardano are thinking about launching sort of DeFi within Africa. At some point, we covered that article. Also, you've got things like Cardano, which are essentially the maker DAO of Cardano, which is going to do wonderful things for the network. And if we see the same sort of adoption, and remember, we do have a lot of usage, similar usage on chain to what Ethereum currently has, given its market cap, etc., which suggests Cardano is very undervalued. These projects are going to do very well, and there's a huge value proposition within investing in these. We did mention it in a video that we made earlier, talking about how this could be a golden opportunity for someone. If you play your cards right, you could do very, very well. Let's talk about the fact that Google Trends is pretty low still. These peaks really coincide. You can match these peaks up with the tops. It's when we kind of see the most retail involvement. That's typically a good time to get out the market. And this is really what's driven a lot of the FOMO and these all-time highs that we've previously seen. We're nowhere near there yet, guys, and this is all still to come. So this is something that I'm extremely excited about, and I think you guys should be too. I think there's a real reason to. In the CoinDesk article, they just covered the fact that, SundaySwap coming and launching on mainnet on Thursday was a catalyst for what's to come. It's a kind of precursor, and then they also spoke a little bit about the price. This move is significant, and ultimately I'm confident and happy to buy. It's what I'm going to do after I finish this video. I've got to do quite a few things this evening, so I've kind of had to bring this video on a little bit along, but I am very confident, or certainly hoping and expecting, and this isn't financial advice, a bounce off here, and that we see this continuation for the fundamental reasons that I've explained prior. So I think that's really all I have for you in this video, guys. Like I say, markets are just reacting to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's reacting to kind of global macroeconomics and so on and so forth. We're in this kind of cycle. But we will, lots of people asking me about how to yield farm. When SundaySwap come out, I'll do live examples where I connect my army and provide liquidity. You've got to stay in for a month, I think, every time you provide liquidity. So it'll be locked in for a month. You will get an LP token that you can stake for SundaySwap, and so on and so forth. So extremely excited. So excited about some of these dApps coming. I mean, some of the APYs are going to be insane. We spoke about it previously. Meld is really groundbreaking. So is AAD Finance with their sort of NFT bond theme that they've got going on. So that's largely what I have for you guys. I hope you've all had a great Tuesday. This was just really a short and sweet update. I didn't want to spend too long waffling on. You guys know that I'm pretty good at that. So yeah, I'm going to love and leave you on that one, guys. If you've enjoyed the content, a like is always appreciated. So is a comment. And I look forward to seeing each and every one of you in the next YouTube video if you've enjoyed this one. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and have a lovely evening.